So we are going into the cloud shared responsibility model. This principle cuts across all cloud solutions, cloud environments. So it's not only peculiar to Azure. Responsibility. So for anyone that is coming to the cloud, right, moving to the cloud, it takes a lot of considerations. And if you're trying to sell this functionality, this possibility to a customer, to an intending customer, we need to let them see what they stand to gain if they are coming into the cloud, if they are bringing their production, their resources, if they are going to replicate them in the cloud or migrate them to the cloud. So moving to the cloud introduces a model of shared responsibility. So what that means is that in the cloud, the end user, the customer has their own responsibility, and the cloud service provider also has a portion of responsibilities allotted to them. So look at this image here. So this is the summary of the shared responsibility model. For a typical organization that has never been to the cloud, right, that is just on premises, they are responsible for every aspect of their workloads, from networking. So it goes from ground up. From networking to storage to server to machines to virtualization, they are responsible for everything. All right. And there's a cost, right? There's a cost to this. Let's use, let's actually draw it out. So there's a corresponding cost, right? We call it capital expenditure, CapEx. So there's a corresponding cost of running all of these services. Now, we are not even talking about salaries, right? We're not talking about maintenance and all those things. This is just infrastructure. So let's assume they want to migrate their servers, virtual machines. So remember from our earlier discussion around IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, virtual machines belongs to the IaaS category. So if they are bringing their virtual machines to the cloud, that means now a portion of that responsibility or risk, maybe I should also call this risk. So a part of the responsibility has been transferred automatically to the cloud. So now, from the user standpoint, you just need to determine which operating system you want to use, Windows or Linux. What is the middleware, right? What is the runtime? Is it going to be running on Python? Is it going to be running on Java, .NET? Okay, you're going to bring your data, identity as well, authentication. You're going to provide all of those things. That's your own responsibility. But Microsoft will be responsible for the virtualization, We'll provision the servers. Everything that has to deal with physical management will be managed by Microsoft. So what that means is that the data center, all of these activities will take place within the data center. Every other thing can be done over the internet. Every other thing can be managed over the internet. Because these decisions that we are making from the shared responsibility model perspective can have implications on cost, on security, on our applications, technical and operational capabilities, like we have highlighted earlier. So by shifting these responsibilities to the cloud service provider, we can focus on bringing value to our business, okay, to our services. And then the cost of, so right now, this is the total cost. So let's assume the capital expenditure right now is $2 million. So if a portion of the responsibility has been transferred to the cloud service provider, right? Now, this is your own portion as the end user, as a customer. So what that means is that there's a difference. Okay, there's a difference between the cost of running the entire infrastructure and now just running a portion of the infrastructure. So whatever is saved here, right, becomes a plus to the company. And that can become operating expenditure. So now, if we're spending $2 million for the entire infrastructure, now because a portion of our responsibility has been transferred to the cloud provider, so let's assume now the cost of running and maintaining our products is now $1.3 million. So that $700,000 difference becomes our operating expenditure. Okay. So 700, not 7 million. All right, so $700,000. So that is savings. This becomes operating expense, OPEX. So this money can be divested, can be reinvested into the business. You can use it to pay salaries, right? Bonuses. Over the past 5 years, we have saved $700,000. So just going to declare some bonus for the staff, all right, so that at least they can also enjoy a portion of the largesse. Look at another model using the PaaS services, basically. So PaaS, in this case, the cloud service provider, almost more than half of the requirements will be met by the cloud service provider. So you as the end user, just bring your data, bring your application. So what is an example of a PaaS service? Storage, okay, database, SQL instance, that would be a PaaS. So if you notice, for storage account, you don't actually build anything. You just bring your data. The environment has been configured already. For Active Directory, the environment has been configured already. You just bring your user data, right, and begin to manage those users, create access, create roles around them. Same thing for software as a service. You just bring your data, the application is running, bring your data, sign in, begin to use. Is this clear? I just wanted us to know the principles around the shared responsibility model so that at least we know that, okay, there are some benefits. So some benefits, why do I need to go into the cloud? So this analogy provides that explanation on why, on the why. The goal is to answer the why. All right. iCloud. Any question?
No, sir.
No question. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on then if there's no question. We're gonna go ahead and start. Let's see where we can finish. We're gonna continue our infrastructure conversations around virtual machines.